Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something really fun. I am going to be reacting to one of my first videos ever of me speaking in English. This particular video that we're going to watch I made in 4th grade when I was about 10 years old. And if you're new to this channel and you're a little bit lost, not really knowing like anything about me, I'll give you a little bit of context so that you understand the situation better. So basically, I was born and raised in Colombia, and my native language is Spanish. Fortunately, I did have the opportunity to attend a bilingual school, so that means that in 1st grade, most of the classes switched from being majorly in Spanish to being half and half in English and in Spanish. So of course, at that school, I learned a ton of English. However, as I said in other videos, I wasn't really able to speak English as well as I wanted to, and I mean like at the C2 level, until I was in my 2nd year of being here in the United States. And if you want to listen more about that story or hear more about that story, you can watch this video over here. But in any case, let's dive into the video because I am so curious to see how much my English has changed in a decade. Anyway, let's continue with the video.
Coal is a sedimentary rock. It is used as a fossil fuel. Its color is black or brownish black. It is very rich in carbon. Usually is found under a layer of rock and dirt. It is believed that most of the coal was formed in the Carboniferous age, about 280 or 345 million years ago.
Kind of like a rhythm, you know? So like I think that my accent in Spanish is what I'm doing in English, you know? Like, can you hear the da-da-da-da? You know, it sounds kind of like sung a little bit, like I'm singing. But this is how I speak in Spanish, right? Like we have that accent in Colombia that's like da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And I think it's just funny how I am kind of like introducing the melody of my native language into English, so that's kind of interesting. But let's continue.
Now we're going on a trip to look for coal, this mineral that literally put the world to move. It means that we are looking for it to meet up coal directly from the mine. Now we're going to go in the entrance of the coal mine. Hi!
So I think like one thing that I should mention is that this was scripted. Obviously I wrote the script, but I memorized it too. So it's not like I was able to fluently and spontaneously just say all of the phrases that I am saying right now. So all of the expressions and vocabulary, they were already in my head. They were rehearsed. So I think that takes a little bit of authenticity from the video, but I just wanted to make sure that that was out in the open. And also my voice is kind of super high, but all right.
Now we're in the region of the municipality of Ouachita. It is located 160 kilometers from Bogota. Ouachita in Muisca language means farming of our mountain. Ouachita was the first gypsy town of Cundinamarca. It was discovered by the Spanish people in 1537. Also, was the first population that received the Spanish people in a pacific way. We are in Ouachita to explore one of its most produced minerals.
Another thing that I'm saying that is kind of interesting is that I'm saying produce it and form it. I think the reason that I'm saying that is because in Spanish, that's how you would pronounce those words. So what that says to me is that I am using Spanish as a main point of reference rather than English. So I think that in order to polish stuff, and if you're learning a new language and you want to improve some very precise things, I would suggest that you stop using your native language as your main reference point, because obviously the rules of one language just simply don't work in another. So I would suggest that instead of doing that, you start using the new language as your main reference point. And the way that you can do that is by embracing uncertainty. So every single time that you are not 100% sure about something, just look things up. And this has helped me so much, especially Italian and Portuguese, because I would find myself in situations where I wasn't 100% sure of what the word was, and instead of just looking the word up in Italian or Portuguese, I would use a word in Spanish. Spanish, and oftentimes, the majority of the times, it was completely wrong. So I would suggest that when you feel uncertain about something, just look it up to be sure, and it's going to yield a much better result if you are working on those uncertainties, because you're clearly working on your weak points. So I think that that is one thing that I could have worked on, and a good tip for me right now. I'm still learning languages, and for anyone who is learning languages as well.
It will be very interesting to meet those men and ask them what do they think about working in a coal mine.
Oh, I love it when I say it would be very interesting to meet those mans. That's very cute. It sounds kind of like weird and inappropriate. My point is that sometimes you're going to say things that are kind of like inappropriate and sound weird, but at the same time people understand that you're learning a language, so it might be a little bit embarrassing depending on the situation, but at the same time it's really okay. Like, people, I've never had an experience where somebody has actually taken it seriously, but yeah. So I think that be prepared for that. Sometimes you are going to say things that are super weird. Let's move on to the rest of the video.
This adventure has been very interesting. It allows us to know about other aspects of coal and its extraction. Now we go back to the city where we all live well, in part because the attributes of coal and benefits. Remember, if you don't behave well in Christmas, Santa Claus just going to leave you 1 or 2 pieces of coal in your fireplace.
Alright guys, but in essence that is the video. I hope that you guys liked it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you can see that it takes a lot of time to be able to see progress. Sometimes I feel like we as language learners get super frustrated because we don't see how far we've come. And that is certainly true for me. I have also been in those plateaus where I feel like I am making progress at such a glacial pace and it doesn't really seem worth it. But looking back and seeing where I was 10 years ago, I am so proud of myself. I'm so proud of like the fact that I've been able to keep at it and keep with English. Part of that, of course, is just my education, and I am very privileged to have that. But aside from that, I think that the moral of the story is that we need to keep consistent if we want to see results. So I think that it was a cute video. It was really nice to see me as a child. I think that so many things have changed from the pitch of my voice. I think that my voice used to be very high-pitched, and now it's a little bit lower, on the lower side. And also my haircut, my face, everything changed. Obviously I can recognize myself. It's not like I'm a totally different person, but I think that it is so cute to see yourself, and that's why I recommend you guys to take videos of yourself speaking a language that maybe you have learned a month ago or 2 months ago. And if you're in the beginning stages, that is going to be so useful to give you motivation in the interim states and even in the advanced states, so that you can really see how far you've come. And it's always a pleasure to see those videos and to see that actually all of the hard effort and hard work that you've put on accomplishing whatever you want is actually paying off. So in the comments, I would like you to tell me if you think that you've made progress in your language and how many years did that take you. So I will see you next week, guys, and have a good night.